If you're an Excel beginner, then this video is for you. If you've ever looked at a spreadsheet and thought, this looks messy and hard to read, this is going to change that. I'll show you how to use simple borders and shading in Excel to make your spreadsheets clear, organized, and professional. Hi everyone, welcome to First Steps in Excel, your go-to place for learning Excel from scratch. I'm Wayne, I'm a software trainer with over 10 years of experience helping adults feel confident with tech. If you've ever opened Excel and thought, what is this grid of boxes? Don't worry, you are not alone and you're in the right place. Welcome back to First Steps in Excel. So in the last lesson, you learned how to use Excel Copilot to build formulas and get your calculations right. Now we're going to make sure that information is presented clearly and professionally. In this lesson, we're going to fix that. Step by step, I'll show you how to use cell borders and shading to make your spreadsheets easier to read, better organized, and more professional without adding any difficulty. No formulas, no advanced features, just simple formatting that makes a big difference. Let's get started. To begin with, let's look at the spreadsheet exactly as it is. So on the screen, you can see a simple table with headers such as item, quantity, price, total, and status. All the information is there, and Excel is already doing the calculations, but everything kind of like blends together. So our goal in this lesson is to guide the eye so the sheet is easier to scan and understand. Okay, so step one is adding basic borders. So you need to make sure you're in the Home tab, then go to Borders, and you'll see a drop-down list. So borders are simply lines around cells. They don't change your data, they just separate it visually. So first of all, highlight your table. Then we're going to click on all borders, and then straight away you can now see each value has its own space, and the table becomes easier to read. So whenever you're working with rows and columns of data, borders should usually be your first step. Also, don't forget to bold your headers too. Now, let's define the table itself. So go back to Borders, then click on Thick Outside Border. And basically this adds a strong outline around the data. So outside borders are great for clearly showing where a table starts and ends, separating different sections on the same sheet, and making important data stand out without using color. Next, we'll add shading, also called fill color. So select the header row only, and then click the fill color icon. And remember, shading works best when it's used thinly. So apply a light color, and by shading just the header row, we make it instantly clear what each column represents. So stick to light colors. They improve readability without distracting you from the data. Now let's look at the results. So we've added borders to separate the data. We've defined the table with an outside border, and we've shaded the headers for clarity. The spreadsheet hasn't changed functionally, but visually it's much easier to work with. So a quick tip before we wrap up, try to avoid using too many colors, applying heavy borders everywhere, and formatting every row differently. If everything stands out, nothing stands out, if you know what I mean. So consistency and simplicity always win in Excel. So now you know how to add basic cell borders, use outside borders to define tables, apply shade into headers, and create clean, reliable layouts. Okay, now it's your turn. Take an old spreadsheet and add some borders to group the data, and then lightly shade the header row. And if you do this once, you'll be surprised how much cleaner and more professional your spreadsheets will start to look. Okay, everybody, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a step. I will see you all in the next video.